What are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk about a crazy Airbnb experience where these girls who were staying at a Airbnb for a little party were getting spied on. They had weird rules at their Airbnb, and there was a lot of untrue things told to them while they were staying there, as well as them being spied on by the owners. So let's watch this video and dive into it a little bit, just because I don't want to have to spill the tea before we get into the tea.
Experience at this Airbnb in San Rafael, California. I have attached a screen recording of the Airbnb listing. As of right now, it seems that it has been temporarily removed or disabled. We are still undergoing investigation regarding the reports that have been made, and we still have not received our refund. In the listing, it does disclose that there are security cameras on the property, which we did not initially have any issues with, but it just started to become...
First of all, look at that house. Beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Who wouldn't want to rent out that house for a party? Who wouldn't want to rent out that house for a special occasion, a wedding, a prom, whatever you want to say? If I'm spending over $1,000 a night, I would also kind of want to be able to enjoy the place with privacy. She did mention the cameras and that they were aware of cameras, which is a standard thing. If you're gonna have an Airbnb, if I had an Airbnb, I would have cameras too, but I'm not going to have cameras that follow people around like what is happening in here, because that's exactly what these cameras are doing, allegedly.
Become really creepy as we were in the hot tub and we tried to turn off the jets, and as we're walking in the backyard, the security cameras are turning and following us. And the owner texting us, telling us to please stop touching the jet panel. And at that point, it just felt like we were being actively watched, which was really uncomfortable. In this picture, you can...
All right, yes. The whole thing with the jets and feeling like they're being watched, I would feel like I'm being watched as well if I got a random text from the owner of the Airbnb saying, do not touch the jets. While they can have sensors, they can have systems, they have cameras in place to stop people from like using it, it's still weird to send the text right away when that is happening. And I would have been really suspicious as well.
You can see the hallway, and in all the pictures, it was not posted of this perspective of where the fake wall was located. Here in this picture, it is cracked open at this point. This was after law enforcement arrived.
Yes, you heard that right. A fake wall. Not only were they being spied on, they found a fake wall with a staircase with a couple other doors in there. We didn't get to see exactly what's in there yet, but imagine staying somewhere and seeing that there is a super secret room that goes upstairs when in the listing it says that it's a single story home. Sus. They have rights to feel like they're being watched. They have a right to feel like there's someone staying there with them, because at the end of the day, this wasn't disclosed. Or wasn't disclosed that anyone was living in the house with them. So seeing that, I would have started documenting it too.
Arrived. The next point I want to make that's really creepy is that in this master suite, which was connected to where we located the fake wall, there was a glass window / mirror looking thing that was in the master suite, which I initially thought was really creepy. I'm going to attach some pictures of it, but we couldn't see through it, but comes...
All right, that's a little sus, especially if they can't see through it. Why is there a one-way mirror where you're looking out and you can't see through it? I expect it to be different. I expect it to be opposite. No one could look in. Questionable as well.
Comes to find out when we located the mystery upstairs unit, it was attached to the same wall where this window was located. So if we were being watched through that window using the restroom, it's just extremely violating and a horrible feeling.
Wow, I would not feel comfortable in that house. They just mentioned, oh, maybe they were being watched through that window as they're using the bathroom. That's a pretty just thought. I would have thought the same thing. The fact that this post says door to the master bath with glass window in the bathroom on the same wall as the fake. I thought that was the front door. Why is it looking like that? And then they have the fake wall that slides out that was covered by that flower and table in front, along with a curtain behind it.
In these pictures, I have posted a little bit of the description. You can see that the wall is already cracked open at this point. And law enforcement confirmed that there was an entire upstairs unit, and there was surveillance upstairs. To what extent, I do not know. Law enforcement did suggest that we pack all our stuff, and at this point, it was close to 4 a.m.
Imagine, close to 4 a.m, you just want to enjoy your time with your friends, you're staying at Airbnb, and you had to pack up because you found this secret crazy room at your Airbnb. Not only did you find this secret crazy room, they found surveillance stuff in that area, in that secret area, which kind of supports the theory that someone was up there, that someone was watching them, and that someone has some weird type of fetish. Because why are you doing that? Like, literally, why are you doing that? Make it make sense. It's fucking gross. And who has the time to do that? Go watch TV. People make TV about real life, about real life scenarios, about these Girls Trip. There's literally a movie called Girls Trip. Go watch Girls Trip if you want to see what you are wanting to see. Like, you want to see women have fun with their friends.
We did peacefully leave. We did a walkthrough with law enforcement. There was no damage. We picked up our mess and took all our belongings. And
also, the fact that they felt like they had to call the cops and they did not leave until the cops left too. Like, come on. Come on. Literally, this is something that would stop me from using Airbnb ever. Because who wants to go through experience like this? I think I'd rather just stay at a hotel. I know hotels suck. Sometimes you don't even know if the bedding's clean, but I would rather deal with a hotel than to deal with my whole night, whole trip being ruined because of a situation like this.
Escorted peacefully. But I am just posting this to bring awareness. So if you are going to use an Airbnb, please just be aware of your surroundings and be safe, friends. This was a terrifying experience. And I'd like to touch on the fact that we did reach out to the host multiple times, asking her why the second unit wasn't disclosed, and if anybody was living upstairs at this point at night. My girlfriends and I were sitting by the bonfire. We could visibly see somebody upstairs opening the blinds, looking down at us. The lights were on in the upstairs unit, and we were really confused on how someone were to access the upstairs unit, as we were unable to locate stairs in the home. This is where I located the hollow wall when law enforcement was called to come and...
You hear that? They felt like they saw someone staring from an upstairs window looking down at them, and they visibly saw it. So, I mean, if 12, there says 12 guests can stay there, if there's 8 to 12 people there, like, and they're all seeing this, what does that kind of imply? What is that showing? But there's a lot more to the story. Hold on, because it might seem like it's about to end, but it's just gonna get wild.
Conduct a welfare check. The host was notified that we contacted the police, but they suggested that they come out instead to do a welfare check, stating that they would be there in 25 minutes as they were traveling from somewhere in Marin County. Turns out the side of the house had a sensor light that went off, and we became face to face with the owners in less than a minute.
So scary. That is so scary. That is literally so crazy. The fact that, well, they were notified that the police were being called, but they wanted to come out instead and do the check, like, that is sus. I wouldn't trust the Airbnb host at that point. But not only would I have not trusted them, the fact that they came out in a minute or two after they saw that light turn on, like, That is so sus and so scary. I would have been like calling the cops again, like, hey, please come right now. Right now, this random person's here. This person who says they own the house is here. I don't trust nobody. I don't know nothing about any of this besides the fact that someone's trying to look at my cooter in the bathroom. Like, come on. Like,
so I believe that somebody was living upstairs, and they just denied it, and it was just extremely violating and uncomfortable. Again, we did make a police report, and we packed all our belongings, and we just made sure to get the absolute heck out of there. I am just glad that we didn't fall asleep, and I am unsure if there was surveillance inside the house, but due to how creepy this experience was, it would not surprise me if there were surveillance in the house during the several hours that we did stay there.
glass window. Pretty sure there is a camera, hidden cameras in there. There has to be. There is a one-way glass window where they can't see out of, but I'm pretty sure someone else can see it. And like, put two and two together, I think there's surveillance. And I'm like, I am going to be pretty sure there is surveillance. I'm not going to let anyone tell me that there wasn't, because there's too many things that don't add up, I guess, in the favor against there not being surveillance in the house. But yeah. All right, next one. There's another video, part 2 or part 3.
Hello everyone, this is part 3. I just wanted everybody to see what our review was, which was listed, and it has not been posted by Airbnb.
All right, let's read this. Airbnb was an invasion of privacy. Surveillance camera moved, followed you outside of the house. Sherry and her husband did not disclose information to the Airbnb that they built a second-story loft, which includes a false door that connects to a separate living space. My friends were enjoying swimming in the pool, and we had a random visitor enter our property claiming he was a pool technician. I looked at the Airbnb ad, and they did tell me a technician, so I ignored the first
This is part 3.
red flag. We soon discovered a man was watching us through the upstairs window. Later in the evening, while we were at the fire pit, we took action and called Sherry and cops to come and help. I caught Sherry and her husband sneaking out of the side of the house. When cops arrived, they insisted we left because we were in the most dangerous neighborhood in Marin. Our 2-night stay cost $4,600. We were there for 11 hours and did not receive an instant refund. Stay away. $4,600 for 11 hours of bullshit. Are you kidding me? These poor people. This is actually a really nice review for it being like the issues that they had. I would have went full on super Karen on these people. Because if you give me an experience like that, you best believe I'm bugging the fuck out of Airbnb. I'm leaving multiple reviews on their listing. And I'm trying to get my money back. Seriously. It's not okay.
3. I just wanted everybody to see what our review was, which was listed in regards to our experience and us vocalizing a series.
On our way to our house? Great. Please let me know when you check in. We just arrived. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. Please let me know if you know something. My staff moved your wine to refrigerator. Thank you. Would you like me to turn on the jacuzzi? Yes, please. It's on. It takes 15 minutes first time to 100 degrees. FYI, the 2 bedrooms on the left are darker rooms
of events that occurred.
Light sleepers.
The text that I'm attaching was when earlier in the night the first red flag occurred when 2 of my bridesmaids went to the front yard to their cars, and they were confronted by somebody who was saying they were there to do maintenance on the
All mattresses are organic and very top quality. Air mattress in the large closet. Bedroom by laundry room. I'm sorry if I was not able to check you in, but you can always reach me anytime at that number if you need any questions. Hey Brooke, I forgot to mention that if you park on sidewalk, you will get a ticket, so please make sure the way that you're parking your tire on your car is not on the sidewalk. Thank you. That is so weird. That is like you are walking around the premises. Like, how does he know that? Unless his cameras are just that good. Ugh. That's a red flag.
The jacuzzi, which was already super late at night. We were not notified by the host, so we did not give permission for him to access the backyard, but he proceeded with accessing the backyard, even though we told him we needed to contact the host. The host said that she was going to contact us, but in turn, she never did. We reached out to her first.
So the fact that there's a random man trying to get into the backyard as they're at an Airbnb and they're all females, sus. I would not have let him in either, but he got in. He continued to get in because he didn't care what they said, and he still did it. So here are the text messages. Hey, do you have a man for the hot tub? It's working fine, question mark. Yes, I asked technician to look at the heater. It's showing red on my phone. He is a technician who will go from side to check it out to make sure it will be okay. Okay, a heads up would be nice. Sorry, he just called me and he is in the area and I was about to text you. He goes from side as door without interrupting guests. If service is needed, they don't need to go inside. I called to make sure that there is no interruption. We have all the units and equipment on the side of the property so the technician and staff don't interrupt guests. Okay, that kind of makes sense. With these text messages, they kind of make sense, but at the same time, what she's saying is also right. Like, a heads up would be nice to know if this person's coming. And why are they coming when you have guests staying there? Like, you should have had this figured out beforehand.
Denied him access to completing the job that he needed to get done because we felt it was inappropriate for him to be there at that hour, especially when we were not notified that he would be coming that late.
All right, same thing. Exactly think the same way. Yeah, it's not fucking appropriate for that person to be there, especially if it was late at night. Like, come on.
Especially being all women in a house by yourself in an area that we've never been. And, you know, we could have potentially been in the backyard at that time. And
Okay, we didn't appreciate having a man enter the property without our knowledge. He is not entering the property on your side. This is the side gate from neighbors. If you like to check out, I am calling Airbnb now. I am trying to do my job to make sure the jacuzzi works properly and they did not come inside your gate or the house. I stopped him. If the jacuzzi breaks down, you made him leave. Okay. I know, like they just texted you saying that he's leaving. Like, come on. She said, is there a way to turn off the jets? You turned them on your end. So we're gonna see what the response is because I can't see the full text right now.
Have been really freaky. Luckily, my bridesmaids tried to keep the peace and just tried to continue to go about the night. Then at this point, the host was trying to kick us out, saying that we can leave if we'd like to check out, which was already super late. And I thought that was super disrespectful. Then my girlfriend addressed in the text, is there a way to turn off the jets? You turned them on your end. At this point, my girlfriend proceeded with just accessing the panel box that was located near the house under the surveillance cameras to turn off the jets herself. She clicked the jet off button and immediately the host texted back asking her to not touch the equipment. And that is what set the tone when we realized that we were actively being live streamed.
Actively being live streamed? All right, I can see why she said that. Again, the person told her to not touch the things. If either there was a sensor or she was being looked at through the camera, especially live, if they're saying that. Brooke, that is the one reason I had technician go to the equipment room to check it out. I cannot turn it off now. Please do not keep pushing the control. It will damage the equipment. Are you okay if I call my technician to come back? I want to make sure you enjoy the jacuzzi during your stay. So they decided to confront this person about the person that's possibly in the window watching them all, be in the jacuzzi. Do you have other people living on this property? We just want to be aware of it. If so, we thought we were alone and we're safe, but when we were sitting outside, we noticed an upstairs with the lights on. It's a little alarming as 8 girls sitting in a hot tub. She said no one else lives on the property.
Through surveillance, which really freaked us out. And in the text, you can see where she says, Brooke, this is one of the reasons I had a technician go to the equipment room to check it out. Please do not keep pushing the control. It will damage the equipment. Set the tone for us to start feeling a little bit more uncomfortable in our environment, due to the red flags of a man coming onto the property without any notification and leading into us feeling like we were being live streamed or actively surveillanced. And then that led into the series of events that I posted earlier on my page. Again, I am just posting this to bring light to a situation that happened to us, and we are still dealing with.
And then there was more, because there is still more. There is like 2 to 3 more parts. In the other videos, it just gives a more updated version of what's happening with the events.
And I'd like to touch on one more thing. Here's the false store that we ended up locating before it was open. I'm going to attach a picture again of the bath I thought was hella sus. But what is weird is that that glass window was on the same side as where the false door was located. I'm going to attach a video that I didn't see before, but one of my bridesmaids sent to me that she forgot she recorded on Snapchat, and you can get a better visual of upstairs. And also to touch in the video, I'm recognizing that there is some sort of downstairs basement unit near where that bathroom window is located. And one thing you'll notice when you watch the video is sheets all over, and I was wondering if that is trying to create some sort of noise cancellation. Go ahead and watch the video.
If anyone was wondering, we totally have a false door in our Airbnb, and people live here, and we had no idea because this was just closed and that was just pushed in front. Oh my God.
And again, here are some screenshot pictures from that video. It's just super creepy. You can see that there is some sort of downstairs area other than the upstairs unit, and the downstairs area is...
This is so weird. First of all, I can answer her question. Yes, the curtains are for noise canceling. Let's be real here. I just did all this research because I wanted my room to be a little bit more soundproof when I'm recording. But the fact that you can see that there was a way for them to see into the bathroom was a little sus and sketch. So, you know, I would say this is all harmless, but since there was so much that was not disclosed, I don't think this was harmless.
Hey everyone, so I'd like to provide some clarification. So as you can see in the text from the host, she did provide, without us asking, insight.
This bitch really decided to text them this, which is the controls for the jacuzzi, but then when in those other texts that we just saw, get mad that they are touching the controls. The math is not mathing. It is not making sense. Please make it make sense.
Educate us how to access the jacuzzi control panel, which was right near the hot tub. You can see it in the picture. There is another woman on TikTok named Christina, that Airbnb lady, saying we hopped a 7-foot fence to shut off the jacuzzi by screwing with buttons. Not the case.
Where's the fence? The jacuzzi's right there. Where is the fence? Yeah, that's literally total BS.
As you can see in this picture, the panel is right near the house. And the host instructed us to have access to it as long as we were only pressing one button, which I did list in my other videos was the case. Secondly, I'd like to provide clarification that these screenshots were taken on Sunday, East Coast time. My girlfriend does not live in California, so I just wanted to clear the air on that. And again, I'm not posting this to say all air. We were unable to post our review. We are still going back and forth with Airbnb, and they're only wanting to provide a partial refund when we did speak to multiple different agents who said we would be receiving a full refund. So they are going back and forth on it. It has just been...
The fact that they're only giving them a partial refund, did you not see this experience? I'm pretty sure they came with the very same information that they're giving us, and they're only going to get half a refund after staying there for only 11 hours. And this is a bridesmaid party, bridesmaid weekend or getaway, whatever you want to call it, and you're not going to give them a full refund. That's some bullshit Airbnb. Like, literally.
My worst nightmare. And it hasn't ended since we got home. So we're continuing to fight for what we think we deserve to get back. Hi everyone, I'd like to provide some more clarification. When my girlfriend booked this Airbnb, it stated at the time of booking it was a single level home with no stairs in the home. So I understand from the outside picture in the backyard of the, but we just assumed, and we never questioned it only because it stated that there was no, which is freaking me out now. We have reviewed all the policies, and we never questioned it only because it stated that there was no stairs in the home. And when we parked in the front yard, it didn't look like it was a 2-story home. Secondly, which is freaking me out now, we have reviewed all the policies, and here we received this PDF when my girlfriend arrived and checked into the Airbnb, and it is stating, curtains open, please. Please do not leave the curtains closed during the entirety of your stay. And the excuse was because they need natural light. Like, what?
All right. That is so sus. And honestly, I can see why, like, it just skipped over your head before this trip. But after the fact now that we've seen all that we have seen with the evidence that they provided, it's like that is an extra layer of creepiness over their experience. It's like, okay, did you want me to keep these curtains open because you are walking by the house? The cameras can see inside the house when the curtains are over. What is the game? What is the end goal, and what are they trying to do?
And again, I did block out the owner's phone number or host just for privacy purposes. Yeah, just horrible.
It was a really classy move of her to not do that. Really classy. Because honestly, if I spent almost $5,000 on an Airbnb and then that Airbnb host is doing what they're doing, I don't know what I would have done. Last thing I wanted to focus on was the fact that this host had the nerve to write a review on people who were staying at their house. So they write, the most problematic guest in the history of this Airbnb. They broke several house rules. Our tandem kayak disappeared. They broke part of our barn door. Brooke jumped over at all wooden security gate at 1:30 a.m. to turn off Jet's area and caused damages to the fence. They aggressively called law enforcement with narratives of spying and invasion of privacy and continue to build false narratives targeting this Airbnb on social media. Police surveyed the home following her claims and did not find her accusations to be credible. Hosts didn't feel safe and asked the police to stay until all the guests were out of the property, as she should. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Airbnb. And Sherry did respond saying that we stole a kayak and that we broke part of a barn door. First of all, I never even saw a barn door on the property.
She never even saw a barn door on the property. I'm getting so mad. Not really. But what the fuck, man? What the fuck? The accusations. See, that's why I'm saying, like, she's better than me. We would have been on site. Her, like, I would have been like, meet me outside right now, and give me my money. Put it right there on the curb. We can settle this like we're in middle school. All right.
And saying that we went into a off-limits area when on the listing there was nothing that stated anything being an off-limits area as we rented the entire property.
Oh, and you're gonna say that they went in an off-limits area and you never disclosed that there was an off-limit area in your Airbnb. Looks like you're lying in your own post. I know that they have proof because they show it real soon. And it's just shocking that these hosts, and there's so many people in the world like this who will lie to cover their ass than tell the truth. Yes, I was spying. Yes, I was looking at you through the cameras or something like that. Like, come on.
Later this week, I will be going into depth regarding her other response to our review, and I just wanted to provide the information that I can right now. We do have a meeting with Airbnb this Friday regarding the case that is still remaining open, and it's kind of strange. As of right now, the listing on Airbnb is showing that it is not active, so I don't know what that means. Thank you for your time.
Well, at the end of it, they do have their meeting with Airbnb. I hope they get all their money back because they honestly deserve it. If all this happened, and I'm pretty sure it did, I mean, again, the information that they provided was pretty, in my opinion, concrete enough to be like, give them all their money back. Like, this was a terrible experience. And they only spent 11 hours there. It's not like they spent like 3 out of the 4 days there and they're getting half their money back. Like, no, this was on the very first day of the trip that they noticed this and that they, you know, complained about it. They talked to the owners and they had to call the cops. Like, come on, there's like not even really a discussion, in my opinion, for them to get their money back. This video was light. It was a drama video, but you know where you get the best drama? TikTok. Why? Because it's real people posting their own things that are happening to them rather than this celebrity news that you find on TMZ or on any other little place that usually get that, like People Magazine or E-News. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Hopefully you come back because there will be more good videos like this.